Yep. Be and we are alive. Aloha, beautiful beings of light, Rick Ely, and what have we got tonight, boys? Steve and Clifford. And Clifford's about to tell a story, a funny story about a boxer who was looking to fight and couldn't find anybody to fight. And you said what's the story, Clifford? Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a guy who came to Arizona and he just needed a sparring partner. And I'm like, yeah, I'll spar you. I've never met the guy, never seen the guy, but he was saying like, no one spars me out here. I need to find a good sparring partner. And I'm thinking like, yeah, this is gonna be fun. Find a good sparring partner. So the guy comes in and he's huge. He's like 6'4", big black dude. He's probably about 250 pounds, all muscle. And I'm looking at this guy and I'm like, huh, I'm going to die. Like I was sure I was going to die. And we went to go get a drink of water before we started. And have you ever been in a position where you knew the guy was big, but when you get closer to them, they're even bigger than you had once thought they were? Has that ever happened to you? Because normally they get smaller when you get closer. Well, this guy didn't get smaller. He got even bigger. And so we go to drink water, and I'm like, holy crap, this guy's going to kill me. Like, I'm just going through my head, like, man, I'm going to die in the ring. And so I go to talk to my coach, and he goes, you want to do this? You sure you want to do this? I'm like, I already agreed to it. So, yeah, we're going to do this. And we get into the ring, and I beat the crap out of this guy. Beat the brakes off of him. He can't catch me. I was too fast. And I'm kind of laughing inside of my head because our minds take us to like the weirdest places. And the reason I even bring it up, Steve was talking about like it doesn't matter what they look like, whether they have tattoos, no matter who they are, no matter how tough they look, it doesn't matter. You're comfortable in your own skin,
Mm.
and that's true. You're comfortable in it, but your brain is still thinking. Like it never stops thinking. It doesn't go like, oh yeah, let's just go do whatever we want because we're confident. Like no, the brain will tell you like, yeah, you know you're going to die right now. Like yeah, I'm going to die. Like I'm cool with that. I just don't listen to my brain. I listen to my spirit. You know, that's the best way I can put it. Is if you listen to your spirit, it's going to vouch for you and it's going to protect you. But you have to be willing to listen to it all the time. You don't listen to it every now and again. What gets people in trouble is they'll listen to it when times get really, really bad. And that's not the time to listen to it. Like if I would have thought, for instance, yeah, I'll spar anybody. I didn't spar anyone just to spar anyone. I sparred him because I was trained and tailored in my so I knew what I was doing. I had been practicing fighting for a long, long time. So I wouldn't just call a random person out on the street and say, "Hey, you want to spar?" And so looking back at it, even though I didn't know what was going to happen, and I did think I was going to die that day, I still had my habits to fall back on. And my habits have saved me in my life because I'm going to do the crazy things, the things other people won't do. I understand why no one was sparring that guy. I completely got that. Just looking at the guy, he's an intimidating looking dude. But in life, you get to paint your story and you get to see how you're going to show up. And whether I would have died or not, because I could have, who knows? It would have been my story and it would have been my choice. So that's what I kind of give to people in life is like, look, life's going to give you a bundle of different things and you have choices to make. And if you listen to this thing, you're going to lose every time. That I can guarantee you. But if you listen to it all, like all the mechanics, you know, you listen to your heart, you listen to your gut, you listen to the spirit, and you listen to the brain too, because the brain wants to keep you protected. You're gonna have a fascinating story, and you're gonna have fascinating tales to tell to other people to say like, yeah, I went against a giant and I ended up winning, and this is how I won. Because there's steps behind the winning too. It's not as simple as you get in there and you just try your best. Trying your best won't get you very far.
It it sounds like, if we try to relate this to the real world, and most people don't have the experience in the octagon like you do, but they go to work, or maybe they're business people and they have great ideas that they have some experience and passion behind, and they give credit to other people who maybe they're wealthy or in business suits and nice cars. And just like you could have seen tattoos and somebody that's huge and question yourself of authority and question what they're doing. Is that similar?
Yeah, so you're 100% right about that. Is the one thing you cannot do is what's the best way to put this? Leaders have to lead. Leaders have to lead. So even though my mind was telling me one thing, I had to respond to what I was being put into. It didn't mean not to respect him as an athlete or a fighter. It didn't mean not to realize that I am putting myself in a dangerous situation. But it is to say I'm gonna effing control what I can control right now. And I'm not going to let some other person take my control from me. I'm not going to let a person, whether they're bigger or badder or more dangerous, take what I can do. And so, as long as I stand in what I have and my capabilities, I believe I have a chance. And obviously, the tells of the tape will tell at the end what really happens, if you do have a chance or not. But you have to go in there with full intention that you have the ability to do the most amazing things in that ring or in that cage. I think Steve dropped off.
He, he was having connection issues, bandwidth issues in the moment, but it's all good. He's coming back in.
Here he
Here,
comes.
Pops. Yeah, it's one heck of a ride, that's for sure. I mean, stepping into the ring, I can't even imagine that. I was talking with my son over the weekend, about what that means. Just some people may never know what it really truly means to be a warrior, and a warrior of one's own mind, a warrior of one's own self, what that really means. Um, it's not an easy thing to do. Some people are born knowing who they are, and some people, might take a lifetime to learn. But I tell you what, it's worth the journey. You take the journey, you go the distance, and that's where this conversation came up with Steve, was recognizing that octagon that you had prepared in your own mind. There was nothing that was going to be formed that could conquer you in your own mind.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Steve.
Yeah, I hopefully you guys didn't cover. I did have a question. Um, everybody talks about taking action. Again, I'm kind of trying to compare our normal everyday lives with what you experienced. And by you taking action and taking that step to go in the ring, and despite what your eyes were telling you, but this guy's huge, I'm going to get killed, and you took that step and that risk, what did that do, and what did you learn afterwards? What did it do to your confidence level?
So yeah, every time you go in there, there's a saying, and I got it from Jim Collins from the book Good to Great, and it says momentum plus results equals alignment. And too often, everyone's trying to get into this alignment. Like they think, like when I'm aligned, I'm going to do what I need to do. And the truth is, you just have to go out there and do it, and you have to create results. Like as you create results, that's where confidence comes from. The more you do something, I've been tossed around more times than I can count. And that's why I don't get tossed around anymore, because I have been tossed around. It's a process that you have to go through. and no one can escape that process.
And if you had only fought guys that were your size, you would be confident in that. But until you fought that guy that was bigger than you and you took that challenge, you weren't able to go to that next level confidence-wise.
Yeah, life's and I say this in a positive sense because I know people can take it in a negative sense. Life is a competition. You are always competing with something. And some people claim like, no, it should be a dance and it should well, the dance can be a part of the competition. But the truth is you want to improve and you always want to test yourself and you want to see what you can do. I don't want to be a person who just says, oh, well, I can only go with guys my own size, or, oh, I do good here. Like, I want to challenge myself and I want to see like how far I can go. Just
Right.
I want to see how far I can go too with keeping Mama happy and enjoying a good life. And I know she's in there fixing supper, and she's like, I smell this good stuff coming in, and I'm thinking, man, I want to go play with her. I want to go play with my wife and go have some fun cooking some supper. We know the experiences that we want to have in our world, and we go after that. We create that. That's the unshakable confidence of being true to who you really are. Cliff, man, Clifford. I am excited for what's coming next. Every moment, every day, it's something just a little bit new. And Steve, thank you. Thank you for putting wheels on the bus. Like I couldn't ask for a better friend, a better business partner, and a better team to be enjoying the journey. It's Pono. This is the Pono quest. It's a heck of a journey, man. And I got some Pono pros right on my side. So thank you guys.
Yeah.
Rick,
Thanks.
I ask you, what is she making right now?
Dude, she's expecting me to go in there and make tacos. I smell it. I gotta go. I'm gonna go tacos.
Well, I'm gonna vicariously live through you.
Oh, bro, it smells so good. I gotta go, man. I gotta go. Love you guys.
Hey, Sarah, do what you gotta do. You guys have a good one.
All right, guys. We'll talk later.